All right, welcome back to another Chris Trade video. And if this is your first time, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Having said that, I hope everyone has been having a great start to the weekend. Where I am is extremely hot, but I'm loving the weather. I might actually go for a swim a little bit later because that's how hot it is, and probably have some ice cream. I love ice cream, so we're gonna have some of that. Okay, let's just get into it. Pretty much the purpose of the show is I'm going to be going through some of the trending coins, particularly that have done extremely well for November, and just understand where they are in terms of their pricing and what the next movements are for these coins. So complete technical analysis, it's as simple as that. And of course with Bitcoin, we've got some really big upcoming news happening potentially today. In fact, it will most likely happen today for Bitcoin. All right, so last week we saw Bitcoin hitting a all-time high. So fantastic news. I was actually expecting Bitcoin to just bob up and down here a little bit, around about end of November, December, and then potentially shoot back up here. But yeah, it just had a mind of its own and just broke through, and that's just how it works. And yeah, all-time high. So this is just a natural fallback that's happening here. I am seeing a retest here, and then I am expecting this to start shooting up. So there is a bit of pressure. What I don't want to see is this falling back into this pennant itself and then start, bobbing here a little bit, because this would have been a false breakout. Let me actually just clean this up a little bit. And with the power of video editing, it's all clean. Okay, so I don't want it to see it bobbing up here a little, then coming back in here and then bobbing up here, because that would put a lot of pressure on it. And then I would actually expect pretty much for it to go down. So I don't want to see that, but this is actually quite healthy. Retest and then look at shooting back up. Now, I have been seeing what other people are doing with regards to their technical analysis. This is just one I'm going to show you. I'm not going to mention this gentleman's name, but he has a rising wedge, and this is typically very bearish. So he's expecting this type of movement and then going down. I don't see this happening for the very fundamental reason, if I just go back here, is that typically people buy the dips, and I'm expecting this dip to be snapped up pretty quickly and then shooting back up. Now, of course, a lot of people would have said the reason why this came down is because of the infrastructure bill. Cryptocurrencies is part of that infrastructure bill in terms of taxation and monitoring and security and so forth. And there's obviously, a lot of discussions and debates about the term broker and how that could affect the miners and developers in terms of the space. So there's still a lot of debate, but I don't believe that is the reason why this actually pulled back. The other one is the ETF, the US ETF, Bitcoin ETF, actually got rejected yesterday. And I don't believe that's the reason why we saw this sell-off. This is just a normal take profit sell-off when price discovery range. However, I do believe that the pull down itself was also related to a strong US dollar. And that's really it. But I am expecting people to buy the dip. Now, I did mention there is a very big news coming for Bitcoin potentially today. And if we go over here, pretty much we need to get about 709631 or 632, if I'm not mistaken, for the Taproot upgrade to take into effect. And currently we're sitting at 709481. So it looks like the Taproot upgrade will actually happen today. So this will also help in terms of the rally for Bitcoin going forward. This is why I'm saying a lot of people are just going to be buying the dips. Okay, and as you can see, people are now starting to get excited about this actual upgrade itself. So this is from Bitcoin Lightning Networks. I really like these guys, and pretty much, yeah. Okay, the big day for Bitcoin, the long-awaited Taproot upgrade is about to launch. It brings many of the improvements. Here are some of the highlighted ones. Okay, so I'll just open that. And it goes through key and signature aggregation, allows for the aggregation of public keys and SIGs. Privacy. So on-chain heuristics will not be able to tell the difference between a multi-signature and a single signature transaction. I'm not gonna lie, my guy, this is some very big words for this time of the morning. And if we go here, smart contracts, script has a 10 kilobytes size limit, which will be removed. And then when is it launching? It's launching today. So at block 709.632, we're currently at 709.475. So this is going to be another little party happening for Bitcoin. It is a major upgrade, to be honest with you, and this really does help with optimization and also security. So yeah, this is very cool. And just staying on Bitcoin Lightning Network, if I just go over here, they really have such a beautiful website here, but I'd say liquidity pool, really. If you own a Bitcoin Lightning node, I would highly recommend that you come and try and set up with these guys in terms of helping with liquidity. You can also earn more routing fees, which is pretty cool of how they've set this up. I will plan to do a proper video on these guys, but I really like what they're doing in this space, and yeah, they're very cool. And hopefully I can try and get one of them in on a interview. So I'm going to ask them very nicely and see what they have to say. But yeah, very nice website. Oh, and let's just have a look here from a sentiment point of view. I actually highly recommend you also follow these guys, Sentiment, on Twitter. And pretty much what he's saying here, Bitcoin is hovering at 63.4k and traders couldn't be less interested. From the perspective of Bitcoin discussion as a percentage compared to the top 100 altcoins by market cap, our data indicates this is the lowest rate of discussion for Bitcoin since May. Now, if anybody cares to remember, May was pretty much quite an epic meltdown for Bitcoin because, well, China came into effect. It was literally the black swan for cryptocurrencies, China kicking out all the miners and just full-on attack on Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin recovered and ended up forming more all-time highs. Insane stuff. You just cannot kill Bitcoin. And so pretty much this is what they're saying from a market sentiment point of view. There isn't a lot of, interest right now or discussions on Twitter, but I'm going to tell you now that's all going to change with the Taproot upgrade, particularly today. So just pay attention to that. Alright, so let's quickly have a look at Ethereum. Alright, so same thing. Ethereum literally came out of its wedge here, and I'm expecting a little bit of pressure coming down. We could potentially see a actual retest of this particular line and then potentially up. But ultimately Ethereum is looking really bullish. But I'm expecting a little bit of pressure right now and just coming down. So either over here or potentially over there and then looking to shoot up. And then I'm just having a look at its volume here. That was horrible. Let me just get rid of that. Let me just go over here. So if I look at its volume over the same period here. Okay, so I do have a bit of a bearish divergence happening here, so hence my belief that we could potentially be seeing just more of a bit of a pullback, but those are typically 50-50 calls, to be honest with you. If I just go over here to sentiments again, Ethereum supply on exchange continues its long-term trend of moving safely into cold wallets. So Ethereum supply on the exchange sits at 15.66%. 1 year ago, this number sat at 23.29%. It's clear that more and more ETH is moving safely to cold wallets for DeFi-related activities and hodling, an encouraging sign for long-term price prospects. So in other words, it's just these prices will remain stable. If that's the case, people just hodling and taking off the exchanges to the cold wallets. This is just typically indicating that the price is just going to remain stable for the time being. Hence why I just think we're just going to retest here and then shoot back up. Okay, so let's have a look at Solana. Okay, so this is a very bullish pattern. What we have here is ascending triangle, and yeah, it broke out again. We're just getting these retests. Let's go over here. This type of retests happening here. It's forming its floor, probably bob, and then shoot up again. So in my view, Solana is looking very, very bullish. Okay, I don't really have any exciting news regarding Solana right now, but yeah, just keep an eye on this. Just make sure that, you know, it doesn't look to fall back through here again, because that would just be disastrous, and then all the way down here. But I believe it's just retesting here, and it should pull up. This is just natural what's happening here. Okay, let's look at Cardano. Okay, 88, and this is quite an interesting trend. As you can see, I mean, this is just moving up as a multi-month bullish trend, and it doesn't seem to show any signs of potentially dropping down, though it is under slight pressure right now, but it seems to just be holding here, and we could look at another rally upwards. But this overall structure, it's been pretty strong. I mean, since really February, January, December, actually, yeah, around about, call it January, almost a year in this uphill trend. So been very, very strong, and it's just been doing it in a methodical way. Right now, I'm not seeing a hell of a lot of pressure in terms of Cardano right now. It's really had its little pressure here, so expect a bit of a breakout happening. Of course, what you also don't want to see, I'm still on that, is you got your MA moving averages crossing here, because then you just got a death cross happening, and that would just be really bad. And I could actually see this coming down to half its price, about 1.06. So that would not be a really good ideal. Just be a little bit careful. Yeah, just you want confirmations to make sure that it's going up there, and then, you know, look at entering your trade here. But overall, structurally, a multi-month bullish trend. I mean, this has been really good and fairly stable. So Cardano's really been doing quite well for itself. Alright, so that's really my news up here. I think ultimately you should really look at targets about 2.7 US dollars, round about there, and if it can break through that, I mean, you're looking at all-time highs again, yeah, at about 3.6. Okay, so some really nice upside in terms of their trend. Okay, so let's have a look at XRP. Okay, so XRP, again, just another wedge. Majority of these coins are all just forming these wedges, and it's quite interesting to watch this, because you can see this coiling up action faster, and then boom, should break out. That's the whole intention. So we did have a little bit of a breakout. It seems to have been a false breakout. So for an XRP, I wouldn't have been happy with that, but now it's just gone back in here. So let's just see. Hopefully it can just regain that rally and kind of shoot up a bit here. But look at testing about 1.4 as one of its targets, and then from there, if it can break out here and just form a bit of a floor, and then start testing up. You just want that upward action. The more tests up and up, more momentum it can carry for itself, and then look at testing one of its highs, run about $2 1.8, run about there, and then ultimately look at breaking an all-time high, and I would be looking around about $3, but really only for next year, around about March, April, around about that region. So a bit of a long play on that, but overall it's coiling up for a massive move. So as a trade, just keep your eye on XRP. While on XRP, I did notice something. Sologenic is going to airdrop $250 million to XRP holders with the launch of a new cost-efficient NFT marketplace. Okay, so apparently this is going to be the largest NFT drop, the largest airdrop in the crypto space history, because currently Solo is sitting at about $1.44, and yeah, the largest airdrops that have been distributed in the crypto space. So, and that's going to be happening in December, Christmas Eve actually, so that's very exciting. And if we have a look here, I'm actually quite fascinated with this particular project, and I might set up an account here. And Sologenic DEX, fast, secure, and intuitive decentralized exchange built by traders for traders. So on the surface, nothing new here, but what grabbed my attention is, if we have a look here, welcome to the future of DEX. Offering a limitless trading experience, you can securely trade cryptocurrencies, including Solo, XRP, and the upcoming tokenized assets, such as stocks, ETFs, and commodities. So this has really piqued my interest. I'm very excited about this. So hence why I'm really looking about setting up an account here. Get some free airdrops, why not? And then, yeah, just wait for them to get their legislations, well, their license. Because when dealing with tokenized securities, unfortunately, they're going to have to get all their licenses in place. So, and they are doing that from what I could see. And I'm very excited about having stocks and ETFs and commodities as, you know, tokenization and playing in that kind of space. So that should be quite interesting and fun. And if I go up here, let's have a look at their DEX. And I like their DEX. I mean, it's really no different from, you know, currently what I'm using. You know, everything is really sort of XRP, USD, XR Doge, Junk, XPunk. Alright, so BTC, ETH, XRP, yeah, so it would be nice for them to add just a bit more cryptocurrencies here, but I'm really looking forward to them adding those ETFs and stocks on here. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, check them out. This is Sologenic, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the airdrops. I'm simply just going to get that all created and just buy some XRP or Solo, and then yeah, Christmas Eve get a nice little present. So I'll be keeping an eye on these guys. I'll probably also do a video at some stage on this particular project and keep everyone up to date with how they're progressing and getting their license and getting the upcoming ETFs and stocks as mentioned. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, let's have a look at DOT. So DOT is also quite interesting. Again, just another wedge broken out. Okay, coming back, retesting. Again, you don't want it to see it fall down here. This is making nice gaps in terms of its MA, moving average. Again, you don't want this to obviously go down here, because then again you'll have a death cross, but I'm expecting this to actually even go high. So I don't know why I did that, but yeah, bounce here and then shoot up. In fact, it would actually form another all-time high here, which would just be absolutely incredible for the DOT holders. Price discovery, I couldn't even tell you how far this thing would go, to be honest with you. So, you know, if you guys think this rally is finished, it doesn't appear to be finished. Actually, like I said, it's just retesting, and these are all bullish. I mean, this is really a descending wedge here, and this is actually really bullish the way it's done this. So, I mean, there's a lot of bullishness in terms of what I'm seeing in the crypto space here. Alright, let's have a look at Doge. So yeah, again, just another wedge, and again, it's just looking to crawl. I am expecting this to kind of go down a bit and then crawl, and then, you know, gain that momentum, and, you know, the more this crawls and then shoot back up, you know, just a spring ready to explode. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. So I am expecting more pressure on Doge currently, so just look out for that. It might actually just shoot up here and then come back down again, but I'm not expecting any type of breakout soon. I could be wrong, but I'm not expecting that right now. So just pay attention to Doge if you are entering. Just look for it to rather just break out, come back, retest here like the others have been doing, enter here and then make your trade. Alright, and then last but not least is Shiba Inu. And I don't have a hell of a lot of data in terms of what's going on here. Let me just unfortunately, I don't have a hell of a lot of data here in terms of its price movements for Shiba Inu. However, from what I could see right now, this is forming a very nice bullish pennant, and that's what you want to see. So again, bobbing up here, crawling, and I'm expecting this to shoot up. So just wait for that confirmation to happen. Like I said, let it shoot up, let it come down, retest, and then shoot back up, and then try and make your entry over here. So this to me is very, very bullish. As you can see, it's just going currently through its dip. Could possibly see that, and then if I just put its line and then shoots up, which would kind of tie into around about here, so to speak, and then shoot back up. Alright, so that's what I'm looking for Shiba Inu. Alright, so there is some nice plays happening with some of the top coins, particularly for this month, so keep your eye and play on those. But yeah, back to Bitcoin, and some very, very big news today for Bitcoin. So I'm very excited for its upgrade, and yeah, like I said, I think people are just going to be buying the dips, and I'm expecting more higher all-time highs, to be honest with you. I mean, the US dollar is going weaker as well. That plays into the effect itself. So from a macro point of view, and Bitcoin is susceptible to macro changes. So yeah, I think there is going to be a good rally. I think there's going to be some hype coming through and quite excitement coming through. So yeah, very big day for Bitcoin. All right, guys, so that is my little technical wrap up, and yeah, I'm actually on the bullish side, perhaps on the hopium bullish side, but we'll see. All right, guys, this is Chris Trade. Peace.